Have you ever felt, in the most ordinary of days, that a sudden moment made your heart tremble slightly, as if something hidden was trying to be revealed? Dear Gemini, your intuition is not just a fleeting, vague feeling. It is the whisper of the universe, the invisible breeze brushing past your shoulder to remind you. You are being guided. You are hearing the sounds the rest of the world has ignored. A glance that lingers half a second too long. A smile that never fully blooms. Or even the silence between two sentences. All of these carry a message meant only for you. And if you've ever stopped, suddenly feeling something isn't right, or this is the moment, know that it's not coincidence, but the sacred power that lives within your soul. Remember, Gemini, you are not too sensitive. You are gifted with the ability to perceive what others cannot. It is this sensitivity that allows you to read the greater picture from the smallest fragments, to recognize the doorway of destiny while everyone else assumes it's just an ordinary path. And deep down, you know this. Your sixth sense has never betrayed you. It has always been waiting for you to trust it, so it can lead you toward the place where light unfolds. If your heart resonates with this, press like to send out the signal, subscribe to the channel, so these messages find you at the exact moment you need them, and leave a comment, "I trust my intuition," as a declaration to yourself. So now, prepare your favorite cup of tea or coffee, sit down comfortably, and let us begin the journey of listening to the mysterious call of Gemini's intuition. Part 1. Intuition. Gemini's double compass. Dear Gemini, have you ever been surprised at how you notice the tiniest details that others so easily overlook? A slight hesitation in someone's voice, a smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, a fleeting glance that drifts away in an instant, or even the silence between two sentences. These small, seemingly trivial things make your heart tremble, as if a hidden truth has just been called by name. For many, they are coincidences, but for you, they are whispers from the universe, a secret language only Gemini is sensitive enough to hear. Your intuition is not random, nor is it blind faith. It is the double compass your soul has carried since birth. One needle always points to the heavens, where invisible frequencies of the universe, signals of destiny, and guidance from deeper dimensions reside. The other needle points to everyday life, each step, each breath, each glance, and every story you encounter along the way. And when these two needles align, when the sky and the earth speak together, you suddenly know a certainty that needs no proof, clear and unshakable. Think back. How many times have you chosen a path opposite to the crowd simply because something inside whispered, "This is the right way"? And later, you realize that very choice saved you from a wound or opened a door to an opportunity you are forever grateful for. That wasn't vague luck. It was your double compass guiding you. Silent but steady, it has always reminded you, trust, because you are being led. And yet, I know there were times you doubted yourself. When logic grew too loud, when advice from others pressed in on you, you may have pushed away that quiet inner voice and told yourself, "I'm just being too sensitive." But do you remember the unease that lingered with you afterward, as if a part of you had been betrayed? That was the moment you turned away from your intuition, and your soul grew quietly sad. Not because it was wrong, but because you didn't trust it enough. Gemini, intuition is not outside of you. It is the essence of your soul, the private rhythm only you can hear. It lives in the way your eyes look at the world, in the questions you ask when everyone else is silent, in your ability to connect fragments into a bigger picture. Sensitivity is not a burden. It is the natural breath of your soul, the very reason you always stand one step ahead in sensing the truth. You don't need to search far for this compass. It doesn't lie in a book, nor does it belong to any doctrine. It lives right inside you, working every single day, whether you believe in it or not. And when you choose to trust, when you allow yourself to walk in the rhythm of your intuition, you will realize you were never alone. There has always been an invisible hand beside you, a gentle breeze lifting your steps, reminding you, you are on the right path. Keep going. At times you may feel lost, but even then, intuition never abandons you. It patiently waits for you to return, for that moment when you admit, I knew it all along. And in that moment, you'll see that every loss or mistake was only a lesson to help you trust yourself even more. Dear Gemini, intuition is not just a skill, it is the sacred essence of your soul. It is the bridge between wisdom and miracles, between the visible and the unseen call. And when you walk guided by this double compass, life will no longer feel like a maze, but a guided journey where every turn carries you closer to the true light of who you are. If this resonates with you, hit subscribe to walk this journey of self-trust together, and leave a comment. I trust my intuition, as a powerful affirmation to yourself that you will never again abandon this sacred gift. Part 2. The invisible signals in everyday life. Dear Gemini, have you ever sat in a quiet room and suddenly felt that something was shifting even before anyone else noticed? Sometimes it's just the faint smell of dry earth drifting through the air, signaling rain long before the sky turns grey. Sometimes it's a familiar laugh echoing from a distant crowd, jolting your heart because it awakens a deep memory you thought was long asleep. Or maybe it's the sound of footsteps in the hallway, their rhythm slightly different, and instantly you know something is about to happen. These are the moments most people would overlook, but not you, because you know they are not coincidences. They are the invisible signals the universe is sending. Others may call them luck, random hunches, or even laugh and say you're imagining too much. But for you, Gemini, they've never been random. They are the art of listening, a listening that goes beyond ears and eyes, reaching into the depths of the soul. You have the ability to hear what is never spoken, to see what hasn't yet appeared, to feel energy before it fully reveals itself. And this very ability makes you one of the most perceptive signs of the Zodiac. You are like an invisible weaver, quietly observing and recognizing the fine threads that connect everything. Where others see only scattered fragments, you see the whole tapestry. You know a casual phrase can be a message from the universe. You know a door suddenly closing might mean a new path is about to open. And you understand that nothing is ever truly separate. Every detail, no matter how small, is a piece of the larger picture of life. Gemini has a unique gift. You don't just notice signals, you connect them. A memory suddenly surfaces in your mind right when you meet someone new. A song on the radio plays at the exact moment you're torn between choices. A seemingly random encounter happens right when you're searching for an answer to a silent struggle. To others, it's mere coincidence. To you, it's the harmony between intuition and the universe. You don't need a crystal ball or elaborate rituals to foresee what's ahead. Your true treasure is your open heart and curious mind. That curiosity is your lantern, illuminating the path as you walk. It allows you to observe more deeply, listen more carefully, and ask the questions no one else dares to. And because of that, you see beneath the surface, sensing the deeper layers of reality. The remarkable thing is, the more you pay attention to these signals, the clearer they become. Just like when you focus on the sound of waves over time, you don't just hear the crash, but also the rhythm, the pitch, and the silence in between. Intuition works the same way. It grows stronger the more you train yourself to listen and trust. And then you'll realize what others call hunches is actually the language your soul has long been fluent in. Gemini, never underestimate those tiny details, because sometimes it's the smallest thing that opens a brand new chapter in your life. A fleeting glance could be the start of a destined love. A dream that seems vague could be a warning, saving you from a mistake. And a repeated coincidence could be the universe's way of saying, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Make it a habit to record them, Gemini. Write them down in a journal. So one day you'll see that every signal carried meaning. You'll realize you were never truly lost. Every detail, every event, every instinct has been guiding you closer to the truest version of yourself. Have you ever encountered signals like these? Share your story in the comments, because your experience might just become the guiding light for someone else. And don't forget to hit subscribe, so we stay connected, ensuring the universe's messages reach you exactly when you need them most. Part 3. When you listen to and when you ignore your intuition. Dear Gemini, have you noticed that the most important turning points in your life often didn't come from perfect plans, but from a feeling deep inside you that you couldn't explain? A sudden nod when everyone else shook their heads. A moment of courage to say yes while your mind screamed no. A small bell ringing in your heart that made you stop just in time, turn your head, and realize you had narrowly avoided a risky turn. When you trusted your intuition, it felt as if the whole world shifted to open the right door for you. Think back to the times when you followed that inner voice. Perhaps it was an invitation you almost declined, but your gut told you to go. And at that very gathering, you met a soulmate, a business partner, or even a destined love. Maybe it was a spontaneous trip you decided on at the last minute, only to discover it changed your perspective and your heart forever. Or it could have been the moment you chose to walk away when everyone else stayed, and in doing so, you escaped a danger no one had foreseen. To the world, it looked like luck. But to you, it was the harmony between your soul and the universe. When you listen to your intuition, everything becomes lighter and more aligned. There is no forcing, no burden of proof. Every detail seems to fall perfectly into place, like a picture that had always been complete, just waiting for your trust to reveal the whole scene. And that peace you feel, that is the confirmation that you are walking your own path, one no one else can draw for you, yet one you have always known in your heart. But Gemini, there have also been times when you ignored your intuition. Do you remember how that felt? When your soul whispered, "Don't go on," but you kept walking because your mind insisted, "This is the safe choice." When your heart trembled with warning, but you chose silence out of fear of losing approval. You may have entered a relationship you knew from the very start wasn't for you. You may have accepted a job where, even in the interview, you felt a cold emptiness, and over time, you carried fatigue, anxiety, and heaviness. It feels like wearing a shirt that's too tight. You can still wear it, but every step feels uncomfortable, every breath restricted. That is the cost of ignoring your intuition. You can endure it for a while, but eventually your soul will knock on the door and remind you, you are in the wrong place. Yet, dear Gemini, never mistake this as failure. The sadness of missing your intuition is not an ending, it is a lesson. It is the way the universe teaches you to distinguish between the true voice of your soul and the echoes of fear or habit. It trains you in patience, in sensitivity, and most importantly, in trust in yourself. Every wrong turn is an opportunity for recognition, so that the next time your intuition speaks, you will stop, listen, and smile. I've learned this now. Your sensitivity, Gemini, is not a burden. It is the way your soul breathes, the sacred safeguard gifted by the universe. It keeps you away from what doesn't belong to you and guides you toward where you truly belong. The more you trust, the clearer your intuition becomes. And even if you've turned away from it before, forgive yourself. Your soul never blames you. It only waits patiently for you to return, like a loyal friend. Gemini, remember, ignoring your intuition is not a sin. It's simply part of the journey that leads you back to your true essence. Like wandering off in a forest, sometimes the wrong paths are what teach you to recognize the right one. And when you finally find your way back, the light feels brighter and more precious than ever. If you've experienced this, share your story in the comments. Perhaps your story will become the light for someone else struggling in the dark. And don't forget to hit subscribe so the messages of astrology can continue to reach you at the perfect time, reminding you that you are never alone on this journey. Part 4. Intuition in Love and Relationships. Dear Gemini, love has always been the greatest test of your intuition. If in work or daily life intuition is like a light illuminating each turn, then in love, it becomes a mirror, reflecting deep into the heart of the one before you. You have the ability to see through layers of masks, to touch what others try so hard to hide. You can sense the pain behind a smile that seems radiant. You can hear the unspoken promise in the hesitation of someone's gaze, and you clearly feel the insecurity behind sweet words that appear flawless. That ability sometimes makes you weary, because it's hard for you to pretend not to know. While many people can enjoy a relationship only on the surface, you can hear the deeper layers where the cracks begin to appear. You notice the change in a breath, the distance in someone's eyes, the fading in messages that grow shorter and shorter, and then you stand at a crossroads. Listen to your intuition and face it, or ignore it, to preserve the illusion of perfect love. Intuition tells you when to stay. It whispers that this relationship still has something worth nurturing, that some wounds only need a little more patience, a sincere word, to be healed. You know when a hug can bridge the gap, when an honest conversation can mend what is starting to break apart. You believe in love's power to transform, and intuition helps you know exactly the moment to plant seeds of hope. But intuition is also a truthful friend, ready to whisper, "It's time to let go." It knows when staying only causes you to lose yourself, when effort only turns love into a burden. And in that moment, you, with all your sensitivity and kindness, choose to walk away. Not because you stopped loving, but because you understand that love must include respect, and respect begins with not allowing yourself or the other person to be hurt any further. Gemini is not the kind to slam the door shut. You close it with kindness. It may be a final glance in place of 1,000 words, one last hug as farewell, or a silence filled with compassion. You know that love doesn't always have to end in pain. Sometimes it ends with a blessing, with gentleness that allows both to keep walking forward without carrying resentment. This is a strength not everyone has. The ability to let go without breaking hearts. The ability to close a chapter while still letting light shine through the crack of the door. The universe has given you a gift called gentle boundaries. It is when you can feel everything, yet not hold everything. You can see another's pain, yet know it is not entirely yours to carry. You can love with your whole heart, yet still keep a part for yourself. You understand that love is not sacrifice to the point of emptiness, but balance, giving, receiving, and growing together. Gemini, trust your intuition in love. It will tell you who has truly come to walk beside you, and who has only come to teach you a lesson before leaving. It will remind you when to open your heart wider, when to place distance to protect it. And above all, it will remind you that true love has never asked you to lose yourself. Real love always makes you brighter, stronger, and more at peace. Dear Gemini, if you are walking in a relationship right now, listen to that inner call. It will never betray you. And if you've ever had to walk away, remember, it doesn't mean you failed. It only means you were brave enough to choose truth over illusion, peace over force. And that is love for yourself. Do you believe that intuition can also protect your heart? If you do, leave a comment. I am ready to listen, to remind yourself that you honor this sacred voice. And don't forget to subscribe, so we can continue walking together on this journey of discovering the miraculous signals the universe has prepared just for you. Part 5. Nurturing and Training, the Sixth Sense. Dear Gemini, intuition is not just a sudden gift from the universe that you receive and leave untouched. It is like a sacred flame. If not tended and nourished, it will gradually grow dim, flickering in the wind. But if you learn to care for it, to practice every day, that flame will blaze bright, warming your entire journey and lighting your path even through the darkest nights. Training intuition is not complicated. In fact, it begins with the simplest actions. One of the most powerful methods is intuitive journaling. Write down every time you have a gut feeling, no matter how fleeting. I should call this person. Maybe I shouldn't take that road today. Or, something feels off in this story. Then, after some time, you will be amazed to look back and see how many of these impressions turned out to be true. This isn't just about recording memories. It's about building trust in yourself, proving to your mind that your intuition has a foundation and is worthy of belief. Along with writing, learn to listen to your body. Intuition doesn't always speak as a voice in your head. It often shows itself through physical sensations, an unexpected ease when you think about the right choice, a heaviness in your chest when you're about to go the wrong way, or a flutter in your heart when you're about to meet the right person. These small obediences are the very ways you train your intuition to become sharper. If you're thirsty, drink water immediately. If you're tired, allow yourself to rest. If a thought makes your heart light up, try following it. The more you listen and respond, the more you become the loyal companion of your own soul. Gemini must also remember that curiosity and joy are the two golden keys to nurturing intuition. When you are curious, you open the door to discovery, and intuition gets to work, guiding you toward new experiences. When you laugh, your energy rises, your vibration becomes clearer, and the signals from the universe resonate more strongly. Have you noticed that in moments of joy, decisions come easily and feel more accurate? That is because your soul is in harmony with the rhythm of the universe. Don't forget to give yourself silence. In a world full of noise, intuition is often drowned out by worries, endless news, and the voices of others. Allow yourself to turn off your phone, walk under the moonlight, or simply sit quietly with a warm cup of tea. In that stillness, you will notice a gentle voice arise. It doesn't rush, it doesn't threaten, It doesn't demand immediate action. It simply suggests, opens, like a friend extending a hand inviting you to walk forward. And if you are brave enough to listen, you will realize that voice is intuition, the truest voice within you. Dear Gemini, intuition is the miraculous bridge between intellect and magic. It allows you to analyze and to feel, to listen to reason, and to trust the heart. It reminds you that you don't have to choose between a cold, logical world and a mystical, spiritual one. You were born to combine both, to walk on the bridge of light, where mind and soul hold hands, where humanity and the universe beat in unison. Trust that when you patiently practice, intuition will become your guiding lighthouse. It will help you choose the right path, find the right people, and make decisions that are not only safe, but also vibrant with life. It will remind you that this life is not a meaningless maze, but a guided journey, and the map lies right within your heart. Gemini, you are never alone, and intuition is the clearest proof of that. It is the thread connecting you to the universe, to the divine, to the brightest version of yourself. When you listen, you will feel guided, protected, and loved in ways you never imagined. If you believe that intuition will lead your way, leave a comment. I believe in the bridge of light, as an affirmation and a vow to yourself. And don't forget to subscribe to stay connected with this channel, where every message will arrive at the right moment, reminding you that you have never been alone on this journey of returning to yourself. Dear Gemini, after walking through this entire journey, you must have realized an important truth. Intuition has never been something vague or superstitious, but rather a sacred gift from the universe, given to help you guide yourself. When you learn to nurture and train it, you will avoid risky turns, seize golden opportunities at the right time, and above all, live a life that is truly peaceful and aligned with your soul. The practical lessons you can begin applying today are these. Give yourself moments of silence to listen. Write down the small intuitive nudges in your journal, and honor both curiosity and joy in your life. Every signal, no matter how small, carries within it a greater message, and when you know how to connect them, your path will become clearer and brighter than ever. If you feel this message resonates with your heart, hit like to spread this light to more Geminis. Subscribe to stay connected with the newest videos, and leave a comment. I believe in my intuition as a strong commitment to yourself. Each share of yours will not only help you, but could also become an inspiration for someone who needs it. And remember, Gemini, intuition is the steady bridge between intellect and magic, between the present and destiny. Trust that bridge, because it will always lead you exactly where your soul needs to go. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next videos where we will continue to explore the profound messages the universe has prepared just for you.